Deception number 9. Works of law. Christianity uses this phrase, works of law, to make us believe that that is a bad thing and that we're not saved by obedience. They use, for example, Galatians 2 verse 16. Knowing that a man is not declared right by works of law, but through belief in Yahusha Messiah, even we have believed in Messiah Yahusha in order to be declared right by belief in Messiah and not by works of law. Because by works of law no flesh shall be declared right. And that is true, that we are saved in our belief in Yahusha Messiah. But the outcome of that is that we will obey him. And they seem to leave that out. If that is the case, what the Christians say that is true, then why does Yahuwah say the following things? Revelation 22:14. Blessed are those doing his commands, so that the authority shall be theirs unto the tree of life, and to enter through the gates into the city. We have to obey his commands to receive the authority to enter through his gates. Why would Yahuwah say we are saved by our obedience? Hebrews 5:9. Having been perfected, he, that is Yahusha, became the causer of everlasting deliverance to all those obeying him. We receive Yahuwah's Spirit only through obedience, Acts 5:32, and we are his witnesses to these matters. And so also is the set-apart Spirit whom Elohim has given to those who obey him. What did Yahusha say to the rich young man when he inquired about eternal life? We read in Matthew 19:16. And see, one came and said to him, Good teacher, what good shall I do to have everlasting life? And he said to him, Why do you call me good? No one is good except one, Elohim. But if you wish to enter into life, guard the commands. No unbeliever is going to obey the Torah. Only those who believe in Yahuwah will obey Yahuwah. Works is what makes our belief perfect. James 2 verse 22 and 24. Do you see that the belief was working with his works, and by works the belief was perfected? You see then that man is declared right by works and not by belief alone. That answers that question very clearly. Is man then not declared right by works of law? That is just another deception. Different words in the inspired writings are used for the word law. We've seen that before. Torah, Nomos, Mitzvot, and Talmud. That is the law of Yahuwah, any law, good works, and man's law. But the Christian Bible only uses one word, the word law, and that allows for huge misunderstandings. So Galatians 2:16 is not talking about the Torah of Yahuwah, but man's law. Yahuwah addresses the same issue very clearly in Mark 7 verse 6 to verse 9. He says, And he answering said to them, Well did Yeshayahu prophesy concerning you hypocrites, as it has been written, This people respect me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. And in vain do they worship me, teaching as teachings the commands of men. Forsaking the command of Elohim, you hold fast the tradition of men. And he said to them, Well, do you set aside the command of Elohim in order to guard your own tradition? So Yahusha is very clear about that man tends to have their own laws For example, Christianity have their own tradition and laws that they keep, rather than they would keep the Torah of Yahuwah. So we are not made right by man's law, but in our belief in Yahusha, which will result in obeying the Torah. But the church conveniently forgets the following. Yahuwah saying in Psalm 89:34, I shall not profane my covenant, neither would I change what has gone out from my lips. Yahuwah makes it clear that he is unchangeable. Hebrews 6:17. In this way, Elohim, resolving to show even more clearly to the heirs of promise the unchangeableness of his purpose, confirmed by an oath. No covenant cancels a previous covenant. Galatians 3:17 makes that clear. Now this I say, the Torah that came 430 years later does not annul a covenant previously confirmed by Elohim in Messiah, so as to do away with the promise. Because Yahuwah does not change. So in summary, about the phrase works of law. It is not a term referring to Torah, since it is never found in the Torah or in the renewed covenant. The phrase works of law appears throughout Galatians and does not refer to keeping Torah. The phrase works of law is not found in any of Shaul's other letters or anywhere else in the scriptures. Therefore, there is no second or third witness, and it cannot be referring to Torah. Our love for Yahuwah is confirmed in our obedience to him. You are the servant of the one you obey. Romans 6:16. Do you not know that to whom you present yourself servants for obedience, you are servants of the one whom you obey, whether it's sin to death or obedience to righteousness? The term works of law is not from Yahuwah, but it is from man. James 2:20. But do you wish to know, O foolish man, that the belief without works is dead? I conclude with the following. In the end, man will be judged by their works. Revelation 20, verse 12 and 13. And I saw the dead, small and great, standing before the throne, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged from what was written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead who were in it, and death and Sheol gave up the dead who were in them, and they were judged, each one according to his works. Hallelujah.